You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we are happy, very happy that you are along this ride with us as this is Christmas week. It's Monday. It's just a week, just a week away because Christmas is on a Sunday this year. And so I thought, well, we'll just do a lot of Christmas stuff. So we'll just talk Christmas because it's Christmas week. And so we're going to talk about gifting. We're going to talk about Santa Claus and how much time he would need per house. You might be surprised.
Well, if it's magic, you only need seconds per house.
Well, that's what he needs. And so we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. And hopefully we'll get through it. But we were yesterday, we had Fenn, and we thought, let's just try to see if we can get him to open up a present. And it's cute how he finally did.
Once he saw that there was something in there that he might like, then he finally pulled the wrappings off.
Yeah, we bought him the 4 set of the Bluey.
Mm-hmm.
So it had the dad, the mom. And so Terry would have to, we were filming it, she'd have to rip it open, and Zach would rip it open a little bit. And once he saw, who was it, the mom chili?
I think, yeah.
And he looked, because he was watching Bluey. So he's looking at the character, and he's looking at the screen.
He could look back and forth and back and forth, and then he was like, oh, that might be something I want.
And then you said, rip it, and then he finally ripped it. And I'm wondering if he, like RJ said, maybe if he sees people ripping presents, maybe he'll do it, see as I do.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll do it too. I don't know, but it's just, he's at that age where it's hard to get him focused.
He's got a much shorter attention span. Like RJ watched the whole Bambi movie over and over. So RJ sat longer, you know what I mean, for the whole Bambi movie.
Right.
Very young.
Yeah, he just seems to like, every once in a while he'll get into that's Sesame Street thing, and he'll put things like in the slide or whatever, and he'll do that for maybe 5 minutes,
10 minutes,
maybe 10. Then he'll do the book, but he only likes to push the buttons on the book because it makes the noise. The
noise,
the Donald Duck one, because he likes the one sound.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, he likes those.
Yeah, the acorns hitting on your head.
And the bee, he goes, ooh, when he hears the bee go buzzing around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just he's at that, he's at a fun age, but it's hard to keep him occupied, real busy. But anyway, so we're ready. We're ready for Christmas. I don't know. I shouldn't say we're ready.
No, well, we're not ready. We don't have all the things for our dinner. We don't have all things for our kids. We're ready with Fenn.
We are ready for Fenn.
We have Fenn presents.
Yeah. It's just, I could see where people say that this time of year is stressful. I could see it. If you're
feeling like I've been.
Yeah, you haven't been feeling good. You've got that sinus thing. By the way, we tried the onion.
It does seem to help. I feel better in the morning.
I have to say this word because I got ridiculed pretty heavy today. Testimonial.
Our testimonial.
So I need you to do a testimonial. Because I
Okay.
didn't say it. So there, I said it.
It does seem to work pretty well. I feel better in the morning when I wake up, but I don't take it with me and put it on the counter at work. Maybe that would help. But then it's so drafty at work that I don't know if it would.
Do you think if we would have known about the red onion,
maybe it would have helped it not go into my
when
sinuses?
you felt the symptoms coming on, if it would have made a difference?
I don't know, because it hit me so fast this time, because all of a sudden one morning I was in there gargling. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And you can hear it in my throat.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of hit you pretty. But as far as it seemed like okay. And then of course we were also doing the Vicks. We're doing a vaporizer. We were doing, you had that, what is that other thing called?
That breathe.
It's the
oils.
Because we had that room. We had onion smell. We had a Vicks smell.
And a doTERRA
So now
oil going, yeah.
And does the Vicks take away from the onion? Does the onion take? I don't know how that all. It's like a really weird salad going on in our bedroom.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't say.
I wouldn't say it didn't work because my throat would feel better and my headache would be a lot better in the morning.
I'm going to sit up straight.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I didn't go to work where it's all drafty and all torn up, I think Well, I'll try it over a break whenever I'm not at work.
And when you get up in the morning, you seem like you're ready to go. You're ready to rock and roll. You want to clean. And then you get home from work. I come home from work, and I will say this because I usually go get the mail, and I look up, and there's no lights on in the house at all. None. There's no lights. So you have your jacket on, your coat's on.
I still had my winter coat, my parka, my long, warm coat.
Her coat is on. She's got her phone. She's half sleeping. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know if the podcast is going to get done, but she's starting to come around. Now, after the show, she may go right to bed, but we'll see what happens with the rest of it. But anyway, I'm glad you're feeling better.
I have so much to do that I can't afford to get this tired. And see, I don't really, my job wasn't stressful today. It's not like they gave me extra due.
Oh, you did call. I was going to dinner or lunch.
It was lots of... it's not like I had lots of extra due. I did have a very busy day with people leaving, so the people in my area coming in and out. But I helped one of the special service aides. I had her stay in with me this morning because she doesn't know if she wants to bid on any of the secretary positions. And so I had to show her what I do, and this is how I do it. And she stood and watched, to see if that's, something she felt she could learn. And she's like, well, how do I study for that test? And I can't remember what all the Excel, you have to know Excel, and so she needs to get on Excel and Word, and I don't know what all. You just need to know how to use the programs. But then now they've changed almost everything over to Google for me.
Oh.
And I got zero training on Google. And every time they update it or change it, one of the computer teachers comes down and shows me where it is. I'm like, I'm lost. How do I change this sheet now? And he'll say, oh, they moved it here.
That's work for you. You just gotta learn on the fly, as they say, right?
And that's how I've learned everything to do with this job.
And I think anybody new that's coming in, they're going to have to find their own.
Their own system. I showed her my system though for early dismissals. So when I get a note, this is what I do. I separate the notes first thing in the morning. Then I put the early dismissals in first, and I'm usually putting them in while I have kids. And we didn't have a lot of kids first thing this morning. They came in all morning, after appointments, and so I got to show her the whole process of the notes.
All right, so let's talk about some Christmas stuff. And nothing talks. Nothing says Christmas like menopause. Now I'm starting with menopause. Yeah, I'm starting with menopause. Well, this story came out this morning, and I have all these, as you can see, Terry. I have a lot of little papers in front of me that I want to talk to you about. But this came out this morning. Rod Stewart, famous singer. He's 77 years old, and he has been married. This is his longest marriage he's been married to. She's 51, and so this is the first time he's had to go through menopause because most of his
women
wives
don't make it that way.
Have been under 30 or 20, so and then they don't. He said he even says in here, I haven't been married for as long as I have this time. And he says, watching his wife go through menopause, he thinks that there should be more education for men to understand what women are actually going through. I mean, you can talk about it, but, he said, I Googled menopause so much when she was going through it, and she actually was throwing saucepans at him because she would go through a rage.
Oh, I didn't get it that bad.
No, you didn't do that. He said it was frightening. He said she would throw things. She would just be in this. He said, this isn't the person that I married. But as he was starting to understand, because he was Googling all this, and he said, he says, the most important thing a couple can do, and says, is you go through the tears and you cry, you talk through it, and you just try and understand what she needs at that moment, because it's going to change.
Oh, yeah, because I had to be hot. Yeah.
And we know about menopause because you've been going through it for the last 30 years, I think. You never threw anything.
They called me pre-perimenopausal in my mid-30s to late 30s. And that's when I started like a hot flash. But I only had them at night at that point. But I would get up in the middle of the night and just throw everything off and like, oh, I'm dying.
Yeah, because I remember when this all like started, and I would roll over and you were naked. And I'm like, it's party time. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor.
Get away from me, don't touch me.
Yeah, I am on the floor because she just pretty much picked me up, threw me on the floor. And can't you see I'm hot? I mean, she's like a furnace over there. Like, whoa. Yeah. Let's put a thermometer on that, boy.
Don't touch me. It'll make me even hotter.
But his thing is, he said, guys, you got to help. You got to understand, get some education. He said it's helped him be a better husband. And she appreciates that too. So, I mean, it kind of works both ways. Mm-hmm. And so he says, men, you got to get out there, get on with it, understand what she's, what she's going through. It's not something, and then she goes on to describe, what she's not even sure what, she didn't even know what was going on, with these bits of rage.
Some women go through such a depression during it that they have to go on antidepressants when they've never, ever had depression problems. I've heard of all kinds of weird stuff. Mine was that, and I had constipation so bad I felt like I was going to,
You were just
gave you a stomach ache.
Hot, cold,
I
hot,
had
mostly hot.
Stomach ache. Yeah, mostly hot. Yeah.
Hot, yeah, at night.
At night. I had night sweats all the time.
I mean, I don't remember.
Oh, there would be like a running river in between down my chest, the middle of my chest. I felt like there was a river running down. I was so hot.
I don't remember, bits of rage.
No, I don't think I really got mad. I don't remember getting mad or depressed, just hot and irritable. I would get irritable because I'm like, I just want 8 hours of sleep without being a hot flash and,
Yeah. I guess his wife's name's Penny. He says she likes to cry and talk through it, and that's what couples should do. I just thought it was interesting that Rod Stewart is.
I don't think I did a lot of crying.
No, you didn't. You weren't. You weren't.
I did have sad days, like days where I was more emotional than other days.
Yeah, but you weren't.
But I didn't feel like that all the time, and I didn't. But I have heard. I mean, I've heard of people either that or they're so exhausted they can't get out of bed, and they have to go on antidepressants to even get themselves out of bed in the morning.
There's just something that goes. It.
Your hormones go.
And all women are affected differently by the menopause. It's not the same. I mean, you might have the hot flashes, but
some people probably don't have any stomach problems and they have depression.
True.
You know what I mean? And I had stomach problems with mine in here. Then I started reading about it, and it can be low magnesium, which makes you have different problems. So, and mine was leg cramping too. I've always had leg cramping from my back surgeries, from nerve damage, but when I would have a hot flash, sometimes I'd get cramps in my legs, and then I would be up instead of just during the hot flash, I would be up for another half an hour walking the leg cramps out of my legs or out of my feet.
He said that he felt that if education surrounding menopause was better, then he would have felt more prepared to be there for her. And when asked if he thought about this could be achieved through menopause classes for men, he said, absolutely. It's a good way to go. But I don't know if you can go online and do a class and understand, but everybody's different. Every situation's different.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think, most women are tired and irritable and will gain weight. That's, your main.
So you don't feel good about yourself in all kinds of different ways.
Yes. But that's your main things. Like it seems like everyone seems to get that. And then a lot of them will say hot flashes or night sweats.
I don't even know there's not a miracle cure.
Oh no, I've taken over-the-counter vitamins, but then I found out I shouldn't have soy. I shouldn't have something else. There was quite a few things I shouldn't have. And So then the doctor said, "Oh, you can't have this one." And trying to find one that was okay for me to take that I could still. We tried progesterone.
Yeah. What was that one we bought at Walmart? What was that called? Is that it?
That was Ambien. That's
Ambien.
like an over-the-counter, like a vitamin.
I mean, I don't know that it did or didn't do anything.
It did help a little, I think, because I would actually sleep a little bit then.
Yeah.
But I had to take it all the time and keep it in my system. And over this diet I did, I actually quit taking it.
Yes.
And I am feeling okay still. And that was one of my goals, was to get off of that, because it was $30 a month.
Right. And you've actually cut off a lot of the vitamins you were taking from the diet you were on. You've cut some of those out too, other than the probiotics. Probiotics, right. So other than that.
And that's more or less because I have sinus problems all the time.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a good thing. Taking
the
probiotics is not a bad thing.
No.
So anyway, there's not really a real miracle cure. It's just, guys, you need to understand it's not you, it's me, that kind of thing, right? It's the ladies are going through some stuff. We've got to understand and try and figure out
what you can do to help.
What you can do to help. And whatever it is, take a class or two. Give her a bottle of wine. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Terry, do you have a lot of time? I know you don't, but I'm going to ask that anyway. Do you have any downtime? Have you ever had any downtime? And when you do have downtime,
what do you
find yourself
at work?
At work, do you find yourself looking at sites online like shopping or anything like that?
I do have some, like especially in the middle of the week. Like today, I had a lot of early releases, but like say tomorrow's a Tuesday. Say I only have 2 or 3, and I might have 3 walk-ins. Then in the afternoon, when I'm done with my illegals, I will have downtime. And that, now it's not like in my downtime isn't like other people's. It's not like a whole hour because someone might come to the door, or
right.
I mean, it's still answering the phone.
Yeah.
So, but yes, sometimes I pick up my phone and look at Facebook, or, like if Lauren sent us a picture of Finn or something like that, then I get on my phone.
Well, the reason I ask is because, this time of year, people
but I usually don't go to
shopping.
Sometimes every once in a while, because all my Target ads and stuff come to my email. Sometimes I'll click on them, like say it was furniture and Zachary was moving into his house.
Right.
I might have glanced at, you know what I mean? Sometimes I do that. And when, I did do that when they were having Finn. When she was pregnant for Finn, anytime it said baby on the Target ad, I looked at it all. I looked at baby furniture. I looked at, to see what was out there.
Because a lot of people are wondering if I'm doing my shopping at work, is the boss looking? 76% of workers say they'll be spending at least some work time holiday shopping this year. Now, with that being said, with more people working from home, to me, it'd be a lot easier to do some of that shopping because
you could have a work computer and your own computer so that they're not even seeing what you're, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where I don't have that luxury, but I could do it on my phone.
Because you
can do everything on your phone now.
Yeah, you could. Oh, yeah, absolutely. More than half of organizations block employees from accessing certain websites from work. But the thing of it is, like I said, most people now, there are a lot of people working from home, so they're able to do that. They can find that, that downtime, if you will, after they're done the laundry and the dishes and a couple emails.
They do their emails, and then, I just looked at them. I got 15 minutes. I could do something, and then, get back in and check your emails again.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it seems like it would be easier to do. It'd be easier to shop at home, obviously, while you're working. I wouldn't
have as many interruptions.
No, you wouldn't. Exactly. It's just,
if I ignored the phone, how would they know?
Now,
as long as I called that person back and didn't leave them hanging all day, and they complained to someone. They don't know whether I was on another line or whatever.
If you're watching kids, I mean, it'd be a little different, but still, you could get all the stuff ordered, shipped to your house, done.
I mean, there are teachers that even ship things to the school, and they just do that. And they might have even ordered it at home, but they ship it to the school because they don't want it coming to the house. Then their significant other
that's true.
knows what it is,
Yeah.
where they we get a lot of shipment for a lot of different things, and some of them will call me and say, "Hey, I'm expecting a package today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need to know when it comes in," because
Sometimes if you order like Amazon, if you have multiple people on the account or something, then that person will get an alert saying, "Hey, your package is on the way." So if you bought something for your significant other, then they would know. So
That
you
it
have
was
to
coming,
kind of,
yeah.
I don't know how. Some people, I guess you could use another person's, like go to another person's, use your banking, but go to someone else's so that it wouldn't
show
alert. Because sometimes I'll
And
get
see,
Zachary's
they do a lot of online shopping for the Hiller Holiday Helpers. Like
Through-
they have the
through that?
families, and so
Yeah.
they could use like an Amazon account or whatever and just pay for it. You know?
right. But speaking of how much we spend, they did a study on long relationships, marriages, and the question, the study came out that the longer people are in a relationship, the less likely they are to spend large sums of money on each other.
That's true. I mean, we spend.
We don't. Well, we
Well, we
bought
usually
a table.
we bought. Yeah, I mean, this year we bought an expensive table, and there's been years where we just bought things for the house, but we haven't been buying for like each other anymore. Like we don't do.
We do.
We don't need anything though. As we've gotten older, we've gotten those things that we wanted or needed.
We've always, like the table we bought, the transformer table that we bought, is a present to ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, it has made a difference in our. I think it's made a huge difference. Now we'll see this Christmas when we get it
open
all
it up.
extended, and we'll have to let you know how that works out. But I thought this was interesting. It said because the longer you're in a relationship, you get out of that honeymoon phase, and once you have kids, then those presents become more practical.
Right. Yeah. If my crock pot blew up, that's what I asked for because I needed it for the family, and and your kids come first. Then you want your kids to enjoy Christmas, So we never had to worry about that because we had relatives that bought for our kids too.
Right.
So I tried to make sure Santa brought them something that was on their wish.
Oh yeah, we always
wish
had. Our
list.
kids had.
But
They had grandparents
when they're
and
younger.
great-grandparents.
Yeah, our kids were so lucky. They had parents, grandparents, great
great-grandparents,
and they had cousins. Our cousins, your cousins,
they bought
that
stuff
bought
for 'em, too.
for them because they were the first in the family.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that's true. How much would you early on when we did buy gifts, and a lot of our gifts, even from the beginning, when we first got married,
We're practical because we
practical.
bought a house and had no furniture, so we almost always bought practical gifts for each other because we bought a house and had very little furniture when we moved in here. So we usually bought something for each other. We would decide on a couch together, like that one beige couch we had, the sofa bed.
a sexy nightie
Yeah.
that we never wore. You never wore anyway.
I don't know.
I think you surprised me once for Valentine's Day.
Or
You had
something.
one. You came home and shocked me. Those were way back in the day, folks. Those days are long gone. Well, dating.com, they did this survey, and to shed some light how much people were actually capping how much they're spending on each other. $125 is the limit that they're putting on some of their gifts. And $125, I mean, while inflation's kind of sucky right now.
Yeah, and like if you want like a name brand purse or a name brand perfume or anything like that, your 125 is kind of low for some of that.
Yes. So they also gave a list of some things that you really might want to think about before you buy these things, especially if you're just in a relationship for a short time. Like it said, and we just talked about, 66% believe the amount of money spent on holiday gifts depends on how long you've been together, that you've been dating. 71% said they wouldn't spend any more on a gift at all if they were with their partner for 7 months or less. So if you're dating, because we
If they were in their relationship 7 months or less, they wouldn't spend
any money on a gift at all if they were with their partner for 7 months or less. So they wouldn't even get their partner a gift.
Oh, you got to get them something.
That's what I thought.
mean, even
7
we
months.
did that. I mean, you bought me my engagement ring for Christmas.
Yes, when we'd only been seeing each other for
a year.
Was it?
It was
okay,
like
it was
a year and a half, a year and 3 months or so.
Some people are opting for experimental or sentimental gifts from the heart. I like picture frames of their pets, as always comes up. Cooking classes, which is not a bad. I mean, if you like cooking, that'd be kind of fun, I guess. If you're into that, I'm not into that. 43% in relationship have agreed to not buy gifts for each other for the holidays. 62% of those who agreed to refrain from gifting have bought something for their partner anyway, but if they got no gift in return, they more than likely might have broke up with that person because they bought it anyway, even though you said no gifts. So they had some ideas.
I think when you're dating, I think I would expect to see something just to see if you were thoughtful.
Come on, 7 months is still a long time.
Even if you've only been dating me 7 months, you should know my likes and dislikes well enough that you could get me a sweater the right color or a.
You're looking around like it's something.
I know. Well, no, I know. But you used to get me stuffed animals. I liked stuffed animals when I was young.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah, but I did sweaters, rings.
Yeah. I mean, but
90s. I only bought one. I would like
to. I think now, thinking back, I would like to see how thoughtful they were. Like, was it something that was really more geared to me? Like the nightie was more for you.
Pajamas. I did buy you pajamas because you picked those out. You even told me the aisle, the store.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so. I think you said, I want these pajamas. Well, not down to the color, but just pretty much if you are in the store, I would like this.
Yeah,
that helps a lot.
Maybe it was the material or something, but
I think it makes a huge difference for a guy because guys are going to go in. I'm not a last minute person. I don't like waiting. I'm a person that likes to, if I got something to do, I want to do it now and get it done.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. But anyway, so a lot of people are cutting back on gifts because of inflation. It is expensive. A lot of stuff very expensive.
We didn't spend that much even
back in the day.
Even on Fenn this year, we didn't. I mean, we probably have over $100 on it.
38% said they would break up with their significant other if they didn't receive an appropriate gift. 35% have broken up with their partner after they received an inappropriate or disappointing gift or no gift at all. So a lot of people out there
That's why I asked Zach
something.
what he was getting Sarah.
Yes. It's a new relationship. They've been together over a year.
Well, no, it'll be in January. They've been dating.
That's right, yeah. So not quite a year.
Sometime January or February they started dating. So it's almost a year. So I would expect them to get something for each other, but something thoughtful. Like for her, something to do with craft, something to do.
Yeah, she's a very crafty person. She's really good with, we've had her on the show.
Or photography.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a very good photographer.
You know what I mean? I mean, something that would be something like a hobby.
If you ever need somebody for a wedding, I should try and list her website because she's very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So these are some tips on gifts to avoid. We're going to end this first half. It's already gone. That's how fast it's going.
Okay.
And I think some of these are spot on. These are gifts you want to avoid, especially if you're in a relationship. Pets. Yeah, unless your partner explicitly really says, I want to be gifted a pet for the
some
holidays.
Of our children have bought pets with their significant other, and then their significant other put it in their name and took the pet when they broke up.
Yeah, that's true. That was, we won't go into that, but that's the case.
I mean, you can lose a pet if you have it together and it's living with you, and all of a sudden your other leaves.
Ein.
I mean,
I can say the dog's name. It was Ein. Boy, he loved to chase a ball. He was good.
But I mean, that happens in divorce probably too.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, I think that's why they're saying a pet, especially if you're just early on a relationship, you don't want it. In my opinion, that's just me. I just don't think that's you see all these commercials, they bring these pets home. But if you're an older person, you're home all the time and you can train and and build a
Have time
relationship
for
with that
their pet.
dog, then maybe that's, if they want one, don't buy me a dog, regardless if I get old or not. Household items are another gift that they said you should avoid. Unless your partner really says a desire for like a new vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, and like if someone cooks, like if I'm a baker or like I really enjoy gourmet cooking and you don't have tools in the kitchen for that, then I may ask for that.
Right. If you are someone that bakes a lot, or if you're someone that's in the kitchen, likes to make these like
a
really
certain
fancy
kind of
meals, and
or
especially
like a certain kind of pan to make something in, or you know,
then I would say that might be something that you want to look into.
right.
As long as they say, well, I could really use, I wish I had this, would make it easier
But
to
I
make
know
this.
when we were first married, we bought each other household things. I mean, your mom did really good for my shower. She bought you a garbage can full of stuff for the garage, like a water hose, all kinds of stuff like that, because we were buying
we
the
just
house.
got, right.
But, and I know the first few years, that's the kind of stuff we bought each other, was stuff for the house or upkeep on the house, or, you know.
They say that the
Crock
household
pots.
items are, crock pots. Well, a crock pot's nice, especially if you're young. If you just want to throw something in and you work long days, because that's what Lexus and Nathan would do. They throw stuff in the crock pot and it'd be ready when they come home, because they're working 10, 12, 14-hour days. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's practical, and it makes sense for them because of the lifestyle. But it said here that if you buy a household item like a vacuum cleaner or something, it might mean like that you're reminding them to do
clean.
household chores that maybe they're putting off, and that would be
I don't have to worry about that. You're Mr.
I
Clean.
take care of that, yeah. Another item that maybe we're really going over, but that's okay. Another item that you shouldn't, and this just makes why people would want to do this, is to buy a car. I mean, why would you buy a car for someone without really checking with your significant other? Maybe that person can't afford the payment. Maybe you see these commercials too.
I would want to help pick out my car. And I know my sister did buy her husband a truck for his birthday one year and it was a very good thought, but I don't think it worked out that great for him.
No, it had some issues.
I think
to me, you got to talk to your significant other.
Like
about
the other
like
thing
that.
we would figure is your gift is if you ever get your truck that you ordered, I figure that's part of your Christmas.
Yeah, I haven't heard a thing about that thing,
Yeah,
so who knows? So they would advise against buying a car. So if you're thinking about buying, I know you see these commercials, a big red bow, and everybody's all excited, but I mean, unless you make a couple $1 million a year, you might want to hold off on the car. And finally, buying a home. Again, that is a decision that should be together. Are you going to, that's just my opinion. If you're really, if things are really going well and you're thinking that's
sometimes
the next,
you get in over your head. I mean, Zachary went in with a friend and but he is working out well for him, but he could have got in way over his head.
Yes, exactly. When we come back, we're going to talk about some Christmas themed baby names that are popping up and some travel plans and a whole lot more, all about Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. All you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Welcome back to part 2 of Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
I'm Terry.
And now, baby names. We're talking
Christmas,
a lot. We're talking about
Christmas?
we're talking about
Noel.
a lot about Christmas here because Christmas is this week. And are we going to do? We're going to just keep going with the shows. You think? Or are we going to take a little break? What do you think we should do? Should we
keep going?
Just
we should just keep going. I think we should have gone all summer, and then maybe we would be so much into the routine that I thought we would run out of things, and we thought that we'd be too busy. But you know what? I think we can fit it in if we were busy, and if we say this is the night we're doing it, and if everyone's here, just do it with them.
Yeah, that's what I say too. And I think Mondays has worked pretty well for us right now. Now, we might do a special with Zachary and Sarah want to come on and talk about some things that they have discovered. So we're hopefully going to get them on very soon. Probably maybe during the break.
Yeah.
Maybe get on a couple times. Yeah, we could do a couple shows.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have some downtime.
I have downtime. I'm off. I'm got to put a garbage disposal in. But other than that, other than that, not for our house. It's for, a son's house. But so baby names. Apparently there's a lot of Christmas themed baby names. Now, I don't really understand some of these names. I mean, some of them I do. Sprout and Tinsel are making the cut for Christmas baby names. Sprout. That's the one I didn't really get. Is there Tinsel, like a Christmas? Is there a Christmas movie with Sprout in it? Is
Tinsel for a boy or a girl?
It doesn't really say. It just says Tinsel. Ivy is the 5th most popular baby name for a girl in England and Wales. Ivy, like poison ivy, Sprout. I don't understand Sprout. That would kind of threw me off. Nicholas and Mary are still very popular. So I just wondered if you.
I don't think Mary was popular anymore. I don't know any Marys at school. I have at our school.
The top 10 festive baby names include Angel and Holly. Have been over almost 450,000 entries. I guess Holly still. And then some of the festive themed first names.
Noel didn't make it?
Most not on this list. Some of the other festive names were Christmas, came in 9th. Turkey. Someone called their kid Turkey. Present.
I was born the day before Thanksgiving. I would have hated to be calling Turkey. Hey, Turkey, come over here. That's a
Wine. Thing. Is number 6. Chestnut came in 8th.
Wine.
Chestnut.
Wine, they.
And somebody called their kid Santa. Can you imagine that? If you call your kid Santa, I wouldn't think you'd do that to him, would you?
I don't know.
Would you ruin your kid's life?
There are some strange names out there now.
I guess Beyonce and Jay-Z, their eldest daughter's name is Blue Ivy. So it's Blue.
Blue Ivy.
Blue. So, I mean, you want to be unique, I guess, with names, but we never really.
There are a lot of unique names, but you know what? I'll stick with my plain Jane names.
Yeah, I still, they come back around all the time. Now you're starting to see like
are in plain
George
names.
Is coming back, and what was the other one that the people over in England, they named their George and Harry, and so it's all it all circles back. It all somehow
there are some really odd names now, though.
winter. Wonder if they go winter. What?
We have a winter at
You have a
school,
winter?
I believe.
See? Yeah, winter.
Summer. We have summer.
Summer.
Summer rain.
Is there any sevens? George wanted to name. Remember his first baby, Seven.
Rain.
Rain
in.
Oh, rain in. Okay.
And I'm trying to think of some other odd ones that we have at school.
That's not bad though. Rain
No,
in. That's not bad.
But there's some real odd. There was Stone was the first name.
Is it a boy? I could see that.
Bridge was the last name.
Stone Bridge. I kind of like that.
It was
yeah, that's different.
It's kind of
Stone.
It's very.
It's very.
That's one that sticks in my head all the time.
Stone
Bridge. And
it's like Bond, James Bond.
I'm trying to think of the one family.
Stone Bridge. Man, that's pretty good.
What's their names? Bear.
Bear.
B-E-H-R. Bear.
Okay.
Bear, and I'm trying to think.
But anyway, it's not tree. Or
Branch.
Branch. Oh, okay. Leaf. Got any leaves?
No.
Berries.
There was one that was started with like a Cinceril or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's some of the popular names that are coming up. Tinsel. I don't know. Tinsel. Come here, Tinsel. Because I, at first when we heard Fen, I'm not going to lie. Let's just be honest.
You said
I'm like
you better
Fen.
teach him to fight, is what you said.
No, I didn't say.
Well,
I just
Fen
said
Franks.
Fen Frank. Yeah, I just thought. But now that I've, it's like, you know what? It kind of fits him. It really does. It's kind of neat. It's different. He's different. He's 100 miles an hour all the time. He is.
Except when he's asleep.
Yeah, but
and when he's out, he's out.
And a sad story I shouldn't say sad story, but a tough story last night. So he wouldn't nap. So when he doesn't nap, he kind of gets a little wobbly on his feet. And so it's getting late. It's about, I don't know, almost 6:30. I don't know. And he's kind of walking around, and he happens to walk around the table, and we had known that he's going to get a picture taken later in the week, a Christmas picture. And when you know it, he falls and hits himself in the head.
Right in the forehead.
Right in the forehead. Got a big old knot on his forehead. I don't know. I asked how he was doing. She said he's A-okay. I haven't seen any pictures. So, but boys will be boys. They're gonna fall. But
He just hit the corner of the side table just right, and it just.
Oh, that knot turned black. Well, not black, but it had a little. Yeah, it looked like
a little cut on it.
Yeah, and I guess it's on our watch, so I kind of felt bad. If it's on somebody else's watch, I'm like, oh, what are you doing over there? How come you're not watching it?
We can always tell the story about your grandparents, what they did when RJ fell. The same thing, walking around the coffee table, hit the corner right on his forehead. The next time we went over, all corners were gone. They sawed the coffee table's edges out, made a rounded coffee table.
They even put those like protectors on the corners.
Your mom always did that.
She did that. Oh yeah, that's right. She did.
Your mom always did that, but your Pop-Up went and got his chainsaw and sawed off the corners of his coffee table.
Well, I can't do that for this. I paid too much money for that cabinet, but I'm going to wrap it in bubble wrap.
Okay.
Everything's getting wrapped in bubble wrap. And something will happen even then, I guess. Hey, do you feel like even if there's no snow, or do you still get in the festive mood if there's no snow?
Yeah, I mean, I like a little dustiness snow for Christmas, before Christmas. But I mean, if we don't have it,
it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I can.
It doesn't
understand.
make or break my. Well, it's not going to break my Christmas.
No, me neither. No, I agree. I mean, I don't think a lot of people like to travel in snow anyway. 56% though, globally, said that they refuse to admit that the festive season has begun if there's no snow on the ground. Well, the last couple of years, we really haven't had here.
The year we moved Mom and Dad up from Florida, we had nice weather the whole time.
If you were going to travel during the holiday, and you've already said you'd rather have snow on the ground to make it feel like festive. Would you want to go somewhere cold that has snow, or would you want to go somewhere warm? If you're going to travel.
I always want to go someplace
Yeah, I know.
warm.
You're the warm. Yeah, you want to go warm. I would too. I'm not going to go where there's snow.
I mean, I guess if I was a skier, I might want to go someplace, go skiing.
I think 40% said they want to travel somewhere colder and snowier than where they live, rather than hotter and sunnier for the festive season. 41% in the U.S. and in India would rather hit it up a busy city or anywhere else. People in the UK prefer a rural holiday, and Canadians dream of a beach vacation. I can understand up in Canada because it gets really cold up there, because I just want to see them wanting to come down to nicer weather. But for me, see, I'm not a Florida person. And if you're going to go south, I mean, that's probably, if you're going to make nice weather, you'd have to go to Florida, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
or go
still owe you another
Arizona.
trip to Florida on the beach.
Arizona
I wouldn't mind.
would be another
that.
warm out west. You go out that way. 1 in 3 plan their festive season travels only a week before their trip, which really is, that's really waiting till the last second.
Even when we went with my mom and dad, we got our air flight way ahead of time, so we got it cheaper.
A lot of people like to use the festive season as a time to cross off their bucket list. Some people's non-holiday related travel plans: family reunion, birthdays, get-togethers with friends, romantic date, a wedding. But we got a lot of both my sons are going to weddings. I gotta watch my grandson and Rigby. Rigby has not been here for
quite a while.
I don't know. It's been a month or two, I think. Maybe not that long.
I mean, he's been here, but not for real long.
But having them both in the house.
But spending the night, he's spending the night with us on Thursday night. I don't know about Friday night.
Oh, Finn won't be here Thursday night, so we'll be okay Thursday. It's Friday into Saturday. We might have Finn and the dog. And if he barks and wakes him up, I'm going to ship that dog out to you know where. Some other people like to travel plans, shopping, and volunteering. But family reunions seem to be the big thing. If I'm going to go somewhere, I'd like to go somewhere warm. Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. I don't know if I'd like Vegas.
It's nice.
I don't like to. I don't want to throw my money in the slot machines. I just feel like I'm giving my money away.
But there's a lot of shows and stuff like that to see too. Like you would like the music shows and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of entertainment there too, also.
Yeah.
So you don't have to actually put your money in the machines.
Are you worried about being out-gifted this season?
No, I'm never worried. I don't care if they outgive me. If they outgive me, hey, more power to them.
Yeah, some people apparently are worried that they're going to be out-gifted this season. A survey planned to exchange holiday gifts.
Your mom outgifts us all.
62% are trying to be the best gifter in their family, and the biggest competition that they have
Grandma Gigi.
is mom.
Grandma Gigi.
They have to outdo mom. 59% say it's a friendly competition in the family. They even rate their own skills like they're the best giver. 20% said they're the best giver.
I did like when we would do like the elephant gift or, the white elephant or whatever, like I did like to make something that everyone wanted. Like I made the wreath the one year when we did it with your cousins.
Yes.
And everyone was
they
passing. They could steal
around,
it out of each other. I do like it.
Well, it's nice when it's your gift.
Yes.
Makes you feel like you know.
Okay, I did good this year. I have to remember that. But now how can I outdo that one for next year?
But everybody else feels like crap because nobody likes their gifts.
Yeah. So
that kind of stinks.
But I mean, that was something, homemade, and I didn't put a lot of money, but I had some time into it. But
would you rather give a gift or receive a gift?
I think I'd rather give a gift most of the time. Every once in a while, someone really surprises me with a really good gift, though, and that's neat. That's neat. Like, you know, that was thoughtful. It was like
come out of the blue.
Yeah, Sarah got me those crochet hooks, and that was like, I can't believe she did that. I mean, and there's a little thing to put them in, and it just.
Yeah, that was really neat.
Yeah, I mean, that was very thoughtful.
Well, it was twofold.
It's something
I think.
I will use.
Something you use, and it's practical because of what it's put. Because you used to use this pencil thingy
to put them
that
in.
you had them all in. This is really nice looking. It's a nice little case that everything you put all the hooks in there, and you use those. You've made blankets. I can't go into details because I don't know. Well, I should be giving the gift, and this is after the gift.
Okay,
so you made a blanket,
okay. An Afghan.
An Afghan. I don't know why I call it a blanket, but it's it's so heavy, it'll keep you warm. It kept Terry warm as she was doing it.
Yeah.
Most people, a lot of respondents would prefer giving gifts rather than receiving them. 44% said that they like to do both, give and receive.
I mean, but I like making things. If I know the person and know they're going to like it, because I'm kind of iffy on that last one I did, because I haven't been to their house, don't know their color scheme,
it's a little
don't
different,
know if it's gonna. Hopefully, it'll match. I really wanted cream. We couldn't find that color when we went back. They didn't have that, so I had to go with a different color. So.
A lot of people have certain factors that go into gift buying. How much the recipient will like the gift. That's tough because you just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You might think it's a real good gift for them, and they're like, oh, that's nice.
A lot of people look at the cost of the gift. How much is it going to cost? If you're strapped for money.
When we were young, we were money tight.
And if you're buying for, you have to buy for your family, you try to stay as even.
I mean, that's probably
can.
one of the reasons when we did that white elephant gift, I made something was to cut the cost down rather than going and buying one. I would have spent 3 times the amount on it.
They also, some of the factors, they want to compare it to what they purchased for that person last year. Maybe do a little bit better if you can. A gift card's hard to. I used to get Jason's name all the time.
Gift card every year.
This is what he wanted. Just get me a Dick's or a Sportsman Warehouse or
something like that.
Whatever the other
card.
one was.
Mm-hmm.
Cabela's. Give me a gift card to there. I'm good. That's where he's going to go. He's going to use it.
Right, because he hunts, he fishes, he's going to use it towards whatever.
And there's a lot of
going on.
Eco-conscious and stuff that people look into. Small businesses, how long it takes to get here. I think that's the biggest thing is nowadays you don't know when it's going to get here. And then, we
ordered me a birthday present, still not here.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about my auction. I don't know if I'm still winning. Yeah, still $8. We'll do it for $8.
Okay, that's
anyway.
Good.
Sorry, folks. I just got this alert. We're trying to buy something for. Oh, I got it
for Sarah.
For Sarah, I can't say what it is.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But finally, if your Christmas tree, if you need to know if it needs water, you can use the ping pong ball hack, I guess, or method. Real Christmas trees. Now, when growing up, did you have a real Christmas tree?
No.
You did not. Always artificial.
Always
Same
artificial.
Here. Always. Do you think, now you've been around people that have.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There is
My one girlfriend gets a real tree almost every year.
There is a distinct holiday
smell
to it, isn't there? And
a lot of people, sometimes they don't have enough water and you cut needles everywhere.
Well, that's a lot. This other story we're not going to get to because we're already pretty much out of time. But they were talking about having the real tree and how it brings. There's something about a real tree and the smell, but also all the wanting to have to pick up the needles all the time. Make sure that it's because you got to water it. Make sure the dog doesn't drink out of it. And real Christmas trees, if you're lucky enough to find one, because apparently there was a shortage and they're hard to find. Joe bought 2. He bought one for both businesses, both of where we work. They turned out they were really nice looking. I wasn't sure about the one, and then it just kind of, it kind of sat overnight.
Do they have them in a big entryway, where they had to be really big? Yeah,
you walk in for that Christmas with Santa or breakfast with Santa, and the tree turned out really nice. And there's something about that smell of a nice,
the pine,
the pine, yeah. So you want to make sure it always looks good. And if your tree has low-hanging branches, it can be difficult to see if you need water or not. So a Reddit user suggested this tree hack. you put a ping pong ball in the water reserve, and when you can see the ball, it's floating, so you know the tree has enough water. But if you can't see the ball, then you need to give it water, and you can add water until you see the ball again, and then the tree will not be thirsty. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Easy to see. Pretty good hack, I think,
Yeah.
for that if you have a real tree. We do not have a real tree. In fact, we found a tree that I wish I could find
Another one
because it's like an accordion. You just pull it up, hook it on the pole, and then you put the top on it, and you fix the branches, and done. That's it.
Except the lights went on it.
Yes, that's just it. And we sat there for
Pre-lit.
hours trying to find the bulb or bulbs. And then even if you got one section, now another section went out. So we ended up putting lights in the tree. And then another section went out.
Pre-lit tree that we had to put lights in.
It's one of the reasons why I don't hang stuff outside, because every time I would hang
I do like the
lights
I
outside,
did like
it
that.
would
For
go
a
up the
long
icicle
time we had
lights.
icicle lights right on the porch, and that was nice.
and then they went out on me though. So I don't know. They talk about Christmas trees. So we already talked about Christmas trees. So let's wrap it up with this here. Some people are saying this is the Grinchiest place for the holidays, and they say shopping centers. 64% think malls and shopping centers induce the most stress during the winter months. Airports comes in second. Post office round out the top three. Crowds, you know how I love crowds. Long lines, you know how much I love long lines. Noise doesn't really bug me too much. We went to that movie theater.
Come sit at my desk for a while.
Well, I mean,
It bugs me because I'm on the telephone and the bell rings and the kids go screaming by. I can't hear anything you say on the telephone.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, can you repeat that?
Grinchy places also include online, like social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It can be grinchy. A lot of people, never happy. 48% feel overwhelmed by shopping ads and insensitive or negative content being posted online. Well, then don't go online. That's what I say. That's why you should listen to this show. We're usually not very negative, except about our own stuff. Another potential source for holiday stress, overplayed songs. I must not listen to a lot of holiday songs. I don't hear these songs like Jingle Bell. A lot of people do not like to hear Jingle Bells play. I haven't even heard it yet this year.
I haven't heard it yet this year either.
We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Haven't heard that one yet.
Nope. I've heard Winter Wonderland the other day.
I'm playing music on my station and I'm not hearing it. Most overplayed holiday songs. Jingle Bells came in number 1. Actually, it's a tie. We Wish You a Merry Christmas number 2. It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas came in at 3. Jingle Bell Rock. Apparently they think that's overplayed. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Feliz Navidad. I like that song. I like all these songs actually because I don't listen to them all the time.
Yeah,
This is the only time of the year I put on. Santa Baby. Santa Baby. Yeah. And a lot of people don't like Last Christmas. I don't know what that is. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
You are a mean one.
Top ways to make the holidays more delightful.
That's
People
Zachary's
being
favorite.
kind to one another. Wouldn't that be nice if we could all just be happy to one another? Maybe sending a holiday card. The smell of Christmas. Depends on, hopefully you don't have any issues. People with diarrhea, you don't want that in your house. You'd have to cover it up with all the candles. Have 3,000 candles in the house.
I always remember that Christmas for Zachary or RJ was 2, and he started the week of Christmas, like that. Tuesday or Wednesday night, he threw up in our spaghetti.
He did. I picked him up and he threw up in my spaghetti.
And we put it all down the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
We're like, no one's hungry anymore. And then by Christmas Eve at your mom's, everyone was taking turn in the bathroom. It was awful.
It was passing. He gave the gift that just kept on giving.
And the whole holiday season, someone had the
run into the bathroom.
Had the stomach flu.
Other ways to make the holidays more delightful. A little snow. Some people really do like a little bit of snow on the ground. It does seem different when there's snow on the ground. I don't want a lot of snow. For everyone to slow down and enjoy the holiday. That'd be nice. Just to kind of slow down.
I think we usually do that because the whole reason I like doing my Christmas Day dinner is because everyone thinks it's all too much work and too much cooking. I cook almost the same thing every year. And we just do it so that we don't have to cook again.
Yeah.
And I make it around lunchtime or a little after. And then we just clean up and kind of reheat again later. And we just kind of take the rest of the day very slow. So we get up and we cook that, and then we just kind of chill.
Yeah.
Sometimes we watch a movie that we hadn't gotten in, one of your trains, planes, and automobiles or something like that.
Favorite Christmas? We'll be watching Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah, we usually watch
soon.
all of them, and if we haven't Christmas Day, then we'll fit those in.
Most men finish their Christmas shopping
Eve.
On Christmas Eve. Yeah, they just wait till the last second. So let's finish up with Santa. And he did a study out of Sweden, and they found that Santa's Christmas Eve journey to homes around the world might seem impossible, but with 2.5 billion homes, he needs 34 microseconds at each stop. Researchers figured there are 48 people per square kilometer on Earth and 20 meters between each home. So if Santa travels against the Earth's rotation, as he has 48 hours to deliver all the presents. So little boys and girls, do not worry. He will make it, hopefully, to your home, and there will be no coal in your stocking. Didn't we do coal to somebody once, or no? Was that something? Maybe I have somebody else.
I think we might have. Someone might have asked for coal. Might have been Nathan. He was always so ornery.
Would you mind getting a pre-owned gift?
Not if it's something I could use or something, or like a gag gift.
Right?
A gag gift.
A lot of people this year, because of inflation, are saying they're looking at pre-owned gifts. Because a lot of they're having
there's certain
trouble
things you
finding
can't
gifts.
pre-own. I don't want a pre-owned perfume. It's half bottle. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But
I don't think it for me. It doesn't. If it's a decent gift, a nice gift, a practical gift, and pre-owned, I don't know what a pre-owned, like what would I give somebody that was pre-owned? I can't. I wouldn't want to give somebody, like I wouldn't buy. If I was buying my kid something for the yard, I don't know if I'd do a pre-owned leaf blower or I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, if that's the case, I'd just give him mine. I'll buy me a new one. It doesn't seem fair. Seemed like a bad idea, I don't know. But a pre-owned gift.
There are some things pre-owned like that you could, if it was some type of decoration, you could repaint or like if you lived out in the country and you wanted like a country decoration, like a wagon or something, and you wanted it filled with something, you could actually give them a pre-owned something, you know what I mean? And you could fix it up, you know what I mean? And make a project out of it.
I think so. I think a pre-owned.
So certain things would
crafts,
be, crafty things, or like antiques. Some people are really into antiques.
True.
So,
that is true too.
But I've seen some people are really crafty with their yard decorations anymore. You know what I mean? They are really, that's really cute, and that's sitting there all the time, whether it's, like I said, a wagon or something, and they paint it red and they put flowers in it or whatever, and they are just.
A lot of people leave their trees up all year long and do, holidays as, like whatever holiday's coming up next.
Yeah, like they could do hearts on it, and then they could put Easter eggs
Easter
on
bunnies,
it.
yeah. So
then they could just put flowers on it or something for summer. And
I don't know if I want my tree up all
I
year.
don't. Not where it is right now. No, it's just in the way.
Well, it's going to be in the way regardless of what we put in our
living room.
No,
we could turn the couch the other way and put it in front of the window.
I think it'd still be in the way. I don't know.
I think we should try that next year. Put it in front of the window.
All right. Next year it is. So we'll talk next year about Christmas. Hopefully we'll all still be around come this time next year. We want to wish all of our listeners and all our new listeners a very, very Merry Christmas. We want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget that you can subscribe, and we get a new release every Monday A new episode comes out every Monday. We're going to keep on going. I don't think we're going to stop. If we do have a little break, I'll let you know. But it looks like we're just going to buzz right on through to the new year, 2023. Maybe we'll talk about some expectations of the new year, our next episode. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can check us out on our Facebook. And I haven't done an Instagram page yet. I'm thinking about it. But we have Facebook and Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud. You can also contact us at justtalkingoutloud@gmail.com. You can, on our Facebook and Twitter page, give us a shout out, what you'd like to hear. So, again, thank you so much for listening. Merry Christmas, and we're out.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.